Hey, I'm Neil. I'm here to bring you fast, punchy reviews. No cuts, no scripts, no filler, no holds bars, no punches pulled. Let's go. Today, we're reviewing Mortal Kombat. So that's MK, but it's not just Mortal Kombat. It's Mortal Kombat 2. That's the sequel. Yeah, there was a first one, but you know, back in the day, no one was playing the first one. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. You know, you might hear some people say they played it, whatever. Everyone back in the day was playing Mortal Kombat 2, and there was a real rivalry between MK2 and Street Fighter 2. So you were either an MK kid or a Street Fighter kid. Now, you know, Street Fighter, you know, that's a good game in its own right. That's Capcom. It's got some stuff going on. It's got great characters. It's got bright colors. It's kind of cartoony. It's a great game. It's fast, this and that. But then there's Mortal Kombat. And Mortal Kombat, not as fast. The gameplay, maybe not as tight, you know. But Mortal Kombat was hard hitting. Mortal Kombat was intense. Mortal Kombat had a visceral, just reality to it. And you know, Mortal Kombat back in the day, it really got a bad reaction. You know, the MK and also Doom, but Mortal Kombat got a bad reaction because of how violent it was. So you had these parents talking about it. They were going on to the local TV news, talking about how bad this game is. You know, don't let your kids play this game. And, you know, it's going to make your kids do violent things. It's going to make your kids be violent, commit violence, all this stuff, this and that. And the thing about that is, they were right. It's a horrible game. This game is going to warp your mind. See, the MK, the MK doesn't just stand for Mortal Kombat. First off, you don't even spell combat with a K. Give me a break. But the MK also stands for mind control. So that's a little tip that I'm going to teach you now. So, you know, I think parents had a decent right to be a little teensy worried about this game. I mean, this game, you're ripping faces off. You're getting your face ripped off. I mean, it could go both ways. Usually, actually, it's going to be you getting your face ripped off. You know, usually you're going to lose the game. But yeah, the game, it has blood. It has these kill moves, fatalities. And the fatalities, there's a ton of them. You're knocking people off of bridges, and they fall down the bridge, and they fall, and it does a cinematic camera, and this is on Super Nintendo too, and it does a cinematic camera, and they land on a spike, and the spike burst out, and then, you know, you're a reptile lizard man, and you're the lizard man, and you tear your mask off, and you got a lizard head, and you eat someone's skull. You know, that's Mortal Kombat. You're Johnny Cage, and you shake someone and you rip their torso off their legs, and their legs are like standing there. You know, that's Mortal Kombat. You know, it has these crazy out there moves, and you know, when you're hitting, there's blood and there's all kinds of stuff going on. So there hadn't really been a game like this on that level. But the reason I think it was so visceral, and the reason it got that visceral reaction, is because of how they made the graphics. If you look at the graphics, you can tell they had real pictures, like real actors and stuff, and they would take pictures of them and make the pixel art. So this was real. Like, it looked real. It looked like reality. It didn't look like a video game. It looked like you were looking into a window into this dark world of Mortal Kombat. And so it's like, you know, apparently, like, you know, it's 1992, and your dad walks in the room, and he sees you, and you're ripping someone's torso off their face, or you're getting your torso ripped off, and it looks real. It doesn't look fake. It looks real. And so your dad, you know, your dad was born in 1945. Your dad thinks, I just saw someone die. And he doesn't think in his head, oh, this is a cartoon, this is a video game. He thinks, I really saw this, and my child is taking part in this. So you got to understand, from the parent's point of view, how traumatizing this was. See, I support the parents here. And so, you know, that is how traumatizing it was, because they used the real actors. This wasn't like Street Fighter. Street Fighter, it was like a cartoon drawing, you know. It's like a Disney movie drawing. You know, they drew it with their pencils. Mortal Kombat, they were taking real pictures, and they were really doing this stuff. Did people really die in the making of the game to make the fatalities? I don't know. I don't know for sure. I'm suspect. Yeah, I'm suspect, you bet. So, you know, like I said, I don't blame the parents at all for, you know, having a problem with the game. The game was ultra violent. All the kids in school, they'd get Mortal Kombat. They'd be coming to school the next day. They'd be doing chops. They'd be doing grabbing your throat. They'd be doing all this stuff. But the game really, as much as I feel for the parents, that it's this horrible game, it's this horrible mess, it's mind control, it's MK. MK means mind control. As much as I feel for them on all that stuff, the game really is a work of art. What I mean by this is that if you look at the pixel art, like not just the characters, but one of my favorite parts about MK is these backgrounds. These backgrounds have these deep, rich colors, these reds and oranges. It looks like you're looking at the apocalypse. It's like these oranges, purples, and these fantastical dark environments, these deep sunsets, and it's like I said, it looks like you're looking at the end of the world. These views of twilight and it's like 3 a.m. with the purple sky. It's like all this stuff that games weren't really going there yet. There hadn't been a game with that level of art that it was hitting those deep emotions environmentally, just in the environments themselves. That's what I really love about Mortal Kombat is sometimes I just sit there, I'll put the controller down, and my poor character, he's getting beat up, and I'm just looking at the backgrounds. I'm just like, wow, look at that background. Because it's such a beautiful game. I mean, I'm serious. Just look at the pixel art and look at how gorgeous it is. But what else really makes the game? The gameplay's fun. Like I said, it has the fatalities. You can do all those crazy moves. But also, it's full of all these little details. Like Shao Kahn, the villain, he's narrating the fights, and he'll say, you'll pull off a move, and you'll hear him. He'll be like, "Well done," or like, someone hurts you, or you hurt them, and he just laughs, and it's like Shao Kahn's just there, like just to add this little flair, but then also, there will be a little guy in the corner that appears like fourth wall, like he appears in front of the screen, and he's like, "Whoopsie," and it's just all this like silly stuff. And you got characters peeking out from behind trees in the background, like little bonus characters. You have all these little details, and the backgrounds are full of little details. There's a background, you're on a bridge, and in the background you see Johnny Cage and Scorpion having a little fight, like a little mini fight in the background on another bridge. I mean, that's cool. Not all games were simpler back in the day. They weren't all thinking about this. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I do like the game. I like the game a lot. Do I like it even though it wants kids to be violent? Yes. But I will say this. The game is hard. This game is really hard. Now, I'll tell you this. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I had a full-time job when this game came out, and I've been playing it ever since then. I've never beaten the game in my life. I've never beaten the game in my life. I started recording some footage for this video, and I still couldn't beat the game. I was getting to Shang Tsung and I was getting up there on, I'm not a poser. I mean, I can get a little ways in the game. I was getting to Shang Tsung, and then I was getting to Goro. He's this four-armed guy. He's like the second to last before you fight Shao Kahn. And man, Goro's jumping up. He's jumping back down and smashing me over and over. I'm just getting demolished. Goro's like a tiger, gorilla, centaur person. He's this insane creature. So yeah, the game is hard as rocks. I couldn't believe how hard this game was. I still can't beat it. I've never beat it in my life. But speaking of the characters are iconic. You got Scorpion. You got Liu Kang, Raiden, Shang Tsung, Sub-Zero, Reptile. You got Johnny Cage. For my money, I like to play as Johnny Cage. He's all American. He's got the glasses. He's just a cool guy. And so I was playing the game as him, but man, that Goro at the end, jumping on me like a monkey. I couldn't believe this. So the game is hard. The game is still hard. The game is violent. The game wants you to be violent. And I don't blame parents for not liking it. But you know what? I'm here for it. you know what? I embrace the violence. I choose today. I choose violence. That's kind of the message here. And when you play Mortal Kombat, when you insert the cart in your console, you kind of have to just accept today I choose violence, because that's what you're doing, and you're accepting when you pop that cartridge in and turn the power on, like you're kind of accepting the mind control at that point. And you know what? I'm here for it. Maybe I fell for it. Who knows? But I think that's about all I had to say on Mortal Kombat. Great game. Fantastic. New rating system. Is it 2 punks up, 2 punks down? Is it somewhere in the middle, or is it just right in the middle? Is it okay? Mortal Kombat, I would say it's an easy 2 punks up, for real. So, yeah, I think Mortal Kombat's great. Everyone should play it. Play it with your kids. How old's your kid? If your kid's 3, play Mortal Kombat. But thank you so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for being here. You have a good rest of your day.